going to stop you from being infected. So he's moving.
EDTA bottle, hand glove.
Get to miss anything.
Corner.
Hello guys. Are you scared of running HIV test? If you're not scared, when last have you gone for HIV test? I hope this video will encourage you to go for yours. So, okay, this is what we need for the test.
Syringe, cotton wool, EDTA bottle, hand glove, and ventilated spirit.
And finally, I will be needing my ejima, my fellow phlebotomist here. Okay, she'll be the one taking the sample from me that I will use to run the test. So, see no my subscribers hi. Now what for you? Say hi to my subscribers.
Hi.
Say the hi very well now. Look at them now.
Hi.
She didn't know. I wanted to collect the sample myself. I was not thinking. Immediately I saw her at home, I said, good, perfect. Come and collect it.
So she wore her hand glove, and then she drew the blood from me, and then we put it in an EDTA bottle to allow it to settle down so we can collect the plasma and use it for the test. Okay, so guys,
they sell this test strip online in different online markets. They sell it in Jumia, Konga. If you search HIV test strip, you're going to see. Okay, you can buy yours and do yours at home. Okay, and when you do yours, even if it turns out positive, just know that it was a presumptive test. The test strip we are going to use for this, look at it, look at it, look at it. The name is called Determined. Okay, once I run this test and it's positive, I'm not going to panic. Okay, until I go back to the hospital and repeat it with other test strips called, there is another one that is called Unigold, and then I will need to confirm it with a start pack. We need 3 test strips to run confirmatory HIV test, because this one could pick infection. It can pick STIs. If you have any infection, it can also pick it. So it's not truly the confirmatory test for HIV, while the blood that has been collected is settling down. Guys, according to World Health Organization fact sheet, that's in July 2021, this virus has claimed like 36.3 million lives already, and currently there are over 37 million people living with HIV in the world today. Guys, these ones are those that have been tested. There are a lot of people in remote villages that have not even come out to run their test, and you looking at me, you might have not been tested. So guys, you shouldn't be scared of running HIV tests, because the truth is that you can live with HIV, you can have children that are free from HIV, and also you can marry your spouse will also be free of this virus. So why are you scared of running this test? What is HIV in the first place? HIV is a virus. It's called the human immunodeficiency virus. Why this virus is different is that this virus is not going to go and destroy maybe your liver, your hepatic system like the hepatitis B. It's not going to your lungs like the coronavirus. This virus is just going straight to your immune system, as in the soldiers of our body, that thing that is fighting against disease. That is the thing that the virus is destroying. And when the virus destroys our immune cells, it will now make our body open up our body in such a way that any other disease that is coming, our body will not be able to fight this disease. And if our body is not able to fight this disease, our body will be open, and then cough will come. We are in the hospital. Malaria will come. Bagam, we are in the hospital. Catarrh will come. Bam, we are in the hospital. And there are some other diseases that are just opportunistic, because a normal person can fight a lot of other diseases, as in terrible diseases, you know, but somebody that the immune system is compromised can no longer fight it. Things like this begin to come up, and if left untreated, it will develop into AIDS, and from there the person will what? Die. Scientists are seriously working on the vaccine, but before then, let us help ourselves by at least keeping our prevention. Number 1 on my list is that you should not share sharp objects. Not even toothbrush, as in, because some people, your kids might just pick your toothbrush and use. Just be very, very careful in handling anything sharp. Razor blades in the salon, you share clippers. Even Even all these tailors, they share needle. You know, don't share sharp objects with anybody. Anything sharp, get yours and use it for your what? Self. Because these are methods by which you can pass HIV to another person. Why I said toothbrush is that you cannot tell when you have wound in your mouth. At times when you're brushing, you see bleeding gums and a lot of things. So you can't even tell when you have wound and when you don't have. Number 2 on my list is to practice protected sex. If you know that you want to have sex, make sure you protect yourself. And for those that are already married, please be faithful to your partner. A lot of people have met that this virus has transferred from their husband down to their wife and even down to their children. Then for the women, you have to make sure you test yourself often, so that the earlier you know that you are positive, the better for you. So that when you get pregnant, you are not going to infect a child that is coming into this world and doesn't know anything. In Nigeria, as at when I was doing my MSc program, it was Nigeria that was the leading countries where children are born with HIV. You see, if we practice this registering for antenatal, giving birth in a hospital that have PMTCT care, if we use hospitals that have such facility, you will find out that we will give birth to children that don't have this virus, and our country will be getting cleaner and cleaner day by day. Number 4 is the most important point. If you have needle prick, rape case, condom burst, or you've had unprotected sex with someone you don't really trust and you're scared, you can rush to the hospital within 72 hours of being exposed and you'll be given a drug. So once you're given this drug, it is called a post-exposure prophylaxis, which is also known as PEP. Once you get it, automatically it's going to stop you from being infected with this virus. The 5th one, I know that people have been practicing it. Every blood transfusion must be screened. Most facilities now cannot even run blood transfusion without screening it. So this point is just for you to note. And hopefully in the future, my number 6, may the vaccine, okay? Because they are seriously working on the vaccine now, and I pray there should be a headway so that we wouldn't need to worry about. If this determine is positive, it will be that it's a false positive result. False positive result is when your test turns out positive, but maybe you may not still be positive. Strip I'm using now is determined. Determined picks up anything. So it could run positive here and will go and run negative in other test strip for HIV. And if it runs positive here, it could be that I have an infection. That is why it's going to run positive here. And even if it runs positive, it's not a cause to panic until you go to other facilities and you confirm the test. You have to go to like 2 or 3 different facilities. Like me, I always say it. If you run any test in any place and it's positive, make sure you go to other hospitals, 2 different hospitals that are neutral. Go there and repeat the test. When you're so sure it's positive, then you can come back and go to a very good hospital and treat yourself. That's what I do. So even if this test should run positive now, I'm not going to panic. I will go back and run it with 2 other test strips. And aside from running it properly in the hospital, I can also go back to other hospitals and run it just to be sure I'm really positive before I will conclude that I'm positive. So let's run our test and see. All this while I was talking so that the blood will settle down. If the blood settles down, you will see that the blood now have 2 layers. The topmost is what we call the plasma. Now, okay, so I'm going to be using the plasma to run the test. See how the test strip is. So I am going to bend this thing now. So it's moving. So we are going to keep it for the meantime until the line will appear. So you can see the line. It is actually negative, okay? If it has double line, that's when it will be positive, okay? So in 6 months time, I'm going to repeat this test again. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please thumbs up this video for me, like and share so that others can learn. Alright guys, see you in my next video. Bye bye. Love you guys. Thank you for watching Helen's Canal.